Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss Taylor's theorem. Yesterday we discussed transformation of the equations. Yesterday we are already discussed the transformation of the equations. That means the equation find the equation whose roots are the twice of some x square plus 2x plus 3 equal to 0. That means twice means we have to take 2 alpha equal to x, then alpha equal to x by 2. Now alpha is the root of this equation, alpha square plus 2 alpha plus 3 equal to 0. Therefore we can take alpha equal to x by 2 in this equation. Then we got the transformed equation whose roots of the twice of the equation. After that, squares of the roots. After that, we are going to yesterday we discussed the square of the root. Square of the root means alpha square equal to x, alpha equal to square root of x. Now this is substitute in the given equation. Suppose x square plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0 is the equation. Find the transformed equation whose roots are squares of the roots. That means this one. Cube roots means cube root of x. Suppose negative of roots. Negative of roots means alpha equal to minus alpha equal to x. Therefore alpha equal to minus x. First we are taking x equal to alpha. After that alpha equal to minus x. Now today we are going to discuss about the Taylor's theorem. So here, if f of x is a polynomial function of degree n, then f of x plus h is the f of h plus x by 1 factorial into f dash of h, x square by 2 factorial into f double dash of h, and so on x power n by n factorial n times derivative of f of h. Therefore, this is the Taylor's theorem. Suppose for example, if you taken some f of x equal to, if you are taking some example, f of x equal to some x square plus 2x plus 1. This is the f of x. Now we are finding some f of x plus 3. Now this can be written as x plus 3 whole square plus 2 into x plus 3 plus 1. Now this is x square plus 6x plus 9 plus 2x plus 6 plus 1. So now this is the x square, 6x plus 2x is the 8x. Now this is the 9 plus 1, 10, this is the 16. This is the, when we are taking f instead of x is the x plus 3. Therefore, now that from the Taylor's theorem, that means f of x plus 3 can be written as f of 3 plus f of 3, here you can write f of 3, then x by 1 factorial into f dash of 3 and x square by 2 factorial into f double dash of 3. That is enough. If the degree is 2, you can write x square. If degree is 3, then you can write x cube. If degree is 5, up to you can write x power 5. Now this is f of 3. The value of f of 3 here, the f of x is the, what is f of x is here? X square plus 2x plus 1. Therefore f of 3 is the 9, 3 square, 3 2 is 6 plus 1. Now this is the 16 is the value of f of 3. Now we find the value of f dash of x. F dash of x is the x square derivative 2x and 2. Now f dash of 3 is the 3 2 is 6 plus 2, that is 8. Now find f double dash of x. F double dash of x is the derivative of 2x is the 2. Now we are taking the f double dash of 3 is also 2. Now write f of 3 is the 16 f of 3 is the 16, and another one f dash of 3 is the 8, that is 8x. Now we know that f double dash of 3 is the 2x square by 2 factorial is the 2. Now we can write x square plus 8x plus 16. So this is the x square plus 8x plus 16. So we can write this one directly. We can substitution. If the degree is 3 or 4 or it is difficult. But whereas in that method is by the Taylor's theorem, you can write f of 3 x by 1 factorial into f dash of 3, x square by 2 factorial into f double dash of 3. Another method is, this is the first method, this is the second method. Another method is, so what is the another method is, first we are taking the, another method is the Harnar's method or synthetic division. So first we are taking the coefficient of the given expression. Here we are taking the expression is x square plus 2x plus 1. X square plus 2x plus 1. Therefore, the coefficients are 1, 2, 1. So now we are taking f of x plus 3. F of x plus 3. Therefore, now here taking the 3. Now write first 0. Then it is the 1. 3 1s are 3. That is a 6. Sorry. 3 plus 2 is the 5. Therefore, 3 5s are 15. Now this is the 16. Now we can write it is A2. Therefore, here the highest degree is the 2, then you can take A2. Now again take 0. This is the called Harnar's method. Harnar's method or synthetic division. Therefore now you can write 1. 3 into 1, 3. Now this is the 8. This is the A1. Therefore 1 is the A0. Now it is x square 8x plus 16. X square plus 8x plus 16. So this is the required polynomial. Therefore, from the polynomial, f of x is the polynomial of degree n. F of x is the polynomial degree n. Then f of x plus h. F of x plus h can be written as f of h plus x factorial by f dash of h, x square by 2 factorial into f double dash of h, and so on, x power n by n factorial into n times derivative of f of h. Suppose if you take on the example f of x equal to x square plus 2x plus 3. Now replaced by x is the x plus 3. Now we got the expression x square plus 8x plus 16. Now the another method, by using the Taylor's theorem, f of 3 x by 1 factor into f dash of 3, x square by 2 factor into f double dash of 3, that is also the value is same expression, x square plus 8x plus 16. By the Harnar's division, we have to find f of x plus 3. Then you can write 3. First you take 0. Adding this 1. 3 1s are 3. That is a 5. 3 into 5, 15. That will be constant. Now you can take again 0. That is 1. 3 1s are 3. 8. This is the last term. You can take the A2, A1, A0. This is x square, 8x, 16. This is the another method. Okay, understand? So this is the Taylor's theorem. So now we are going to discuss, remove the third term or fourth term or fifth term in the polynomial equation of f of x equal to 0. Therefore here the remove the rth term of f of x equal to 0. So here we know that if the f of x, the degree of the f of x, the polynomial is n, then to eliminate or remove the rth term of the f of x equal to 0 can be written as f of x plus h equal to 0. Can be formed into f of x plus h equal to 0, where h is the constant such that f of n minus r 1, f of n minus r plus 1 of h equal to 0. F of n minus r plus 1 h of h equal to 0. So suppose we can remove the third term, that is r equal to 3, where n is the degree of the polynomial. The degree of the polynomial, suppose n is the degree, that is 3. N is the 4, you can take 4. So then you can write, suppose n is the 4, this one is 3. 4 minus 3, 1 plus 1, that is f2 of h. That means second derivative of h. F dash of h means first derivative of h. f3 of h means third time derivative of h. So then you can write f of x plus h equal to 0 is the our transformed equation. We know that already we discussed the Taylor's theorem. F of x plus h equal to 0. We are taking either substitution method or Taylor's theorem or the Harnar's method. So first we are find the h. So that means the f of x is a equation of degree n. F of x equal to 0 is equation of degree n. Then eliminate the rth term. Then eliminate the rth term of f of x equal to 0 can be transformed into f of x plus h equal to 0, where h is the constant such that f of n minus r plus 1 equal to 0. f of n minus r plus 1 equal to 0. Therefore, by Taylor's theorem, f of x plus h, that is, we know that f of x plus h is the f of h x by 1 factorial into f dash of h and x square by 2 factorial into f double dash of h and so on, x power n by n factorial into fn of h. So here now we can write f of x plus h. F of x plus h can be written as the, here you are taking the first term x power n by n factorial into fn of h. The next term is x power, the before term is the x power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial f of n minus 1 of h and so on. Here you can write, and so last one is the f of h. So what we observe here, the rth term is undoubtedly here n minus 1, n minus 2. Rth term must be f of n minus 1, n minus 2. That is f of n minus of r minus 1 of h. Therefore, you can write here x power n minus r minus 1 by n minus r minus 1 factorial. Because we observe here, if you are taking r equal to 1, this is the first term. If you taking r equal to 1 in this, if you taking r equal to 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Therefore, 1 minus 1 is the 0. We observe here x power n minus of r minus 1 by n minus of r minus 1 factorial. Therefore, if you taking first term, if you taking r equal to 1, then it will be 1 minus 1, 0. That is fn of h. Here also 1 minus 1, 0. X power n by n factorial. That is the first term. If we are taking r equal to 2, 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is the 1. fn minus 1 of h. X power n minus 1 by n minus 1 factorial. This is the term of rth term. This is the rth term. Rth term means f of fn of n minus r minus 1 of h by n minus r minus 1 factorial. Okay, x power n minus r minus 1 whole by n minus of r minus 1 factorial into f1 of n minus 1 minus of r minus 1 h. Suppose here the rth term, we can remove the rth term, then the coefficient of rth term is the 0. This is the coefficient. So therefore, we can remove the rth term in the expansion. We can remove the rth term in the expansion. Completely this one equal to 0. This coefficient equal to 0. That means this one by this one. This is the constant. Constant sending other side 0. Therefore, f of n minus of r minus 1 of h is 0. That implies f of n minus r minus of minus plus 1 of h equal to 0. This is the to remove the rth term of the nth degree polynomial f of x equal to 0. Then it can be taken as f of x plus h equal to 0, where h is the constant such that f of n minus r plus 1 of h equal to 0. Suppose if you are taking some example, remove the third term. Remove the third term in the equation. Suppose we taking the one example. Remove the third term. Remove the third term. Remove the third term in the equation. X cube plus 2x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. 1, 2, 3. This is the third term. So here the degree of the equation is the 3, and the third term is also r equal to 3. Now we can write f of n minus r plus 1 of h equal to 0. N minus r, that means 3 minus 3, 0, that equal to 0. Now f dash of x is the 3x square plus 4x plus 1. So f dash of x is the 3x square plus 4x plus 1. That means f dash of h equal to 0. F dash of h, that means the f dash of h is the 3h square plus 4h plus 1 equal to 0. F dash of h means 3h square plus 4h plus 1 equal to 0. Now this is 3h square, 4h is the 3 1 ja 3, 3h plus h plus 1 equal to 0. Now 3h is the common factor, h plus 1. 1 is the common factor, h plus 1. Now this can be written as h plus 1 into 3h plus 1 equal to 0. H equal to minus 1 and h equal to minus 1 by 3. Therefore, when you got h equal to minus 1, therefore now we can write h equals to minus 1. The transformed equation can be written as, therefore here x cube, this one x cube minus 2x square plus 1, x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 1. The coefficients are 1, 2, 1, 1. First x cube term, x, the next one take an x square term, next one we take x term and constant. If you are containing x square, if it does not contain in the equation x square term, then you can write 0. Here the coefficients are 1, 2, 1, 1. Therefore now we got the value of h. The value of h is the minus 1. So our equation is the f of x plus h. Our equation is the when we can remove the rth term of the nth degree equation f of x equal to 0, then it can be written as f of x plus h equal to 0. F of x plus h equal to, where h is the constant such that f of n minus r plus 1 of h equal to 0. Therefore f of x plus h means the value of h we got minus 1. Therefore you can write minus 1 here. That means our equation is the x plus h means x minus 1 equal to 0. This is our required answer. F of x minus 1 equal to 0. Therefore the another R-NOR method, the f of x minus 1 equal to 0 is the substitution method. Taylor's theorem, we know that f of h plus x by 1 factorial into f dash of h plus x square by 2 factorial into f double dash of h. Here x cube term is there. Therefore x cube by 3 factorial into f triple dash of h. Therefore here now we are taking h minus 1. Therefore this R-NOR method is the, first we take 0, that is minus 1. Now this one 1, you can write minus 1. Therefore 0, this is the 1. Now we can write here 0. Now this is 1. Now we can write minus 1, 0. This is the 0. Therefore 0. Now we can write 0. This is 1 minus 1. Therefore 0 we can write 1. So here x cube term is there. This is the a0, a1, a2, a3. Now we can write x cube. The transformed equation is minus x square, x cube minus x square, 0x plus 1 equal to 0. Here what we observe here in this case 1, 2, 3, the third term x term is does not containing. So another you can take h equal to minus 1 by 3 here. At the same time we are also get the third term is does not containing in that equation. This is the method to find the remove or eliminate either third term or fourth term in the given polynomial equation. We are take f of x plus h equal to 0 where h is the constant such that f of n minus r plus 1 of h equal to 0. Suppose if you are getting two values of h, two equation, only one value of h we can have only one equation, transformed equation. Now we are going to the next one. So now we are going to discuss the equation whose roots are translated by the roots of the equation x power 4 minus x cube plus 10x square plus 4x plus 24 equal to 0 by 2. So how to complete this one? Find the transformed equation whose roots are translated by roots of the equation 2 and 2. Therefore, how to solve this, sir? So here simply we can take here f of x minus 2 equal to 0 is the solution. Translated by roots means suppose the roots are 1, 3, 1, 3, suppose 4, 5. Suppose if you taking example, the required equation having the roots are 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, 6, 7. This is the roots of the required equation. Translated by 2 means increasing by each root is the 2. But in this question, we are don't find the roots. We are find the only transformed equation only. How to find the transformed equation means f of x minus 2 equal to 0. How to get sir this one? Suppose alpha, beta, gamma, delta are the roots of the equation. Translated by alpha is the root of suppose the equation. Translated means alpha plus 2 equal to x. That implies alpha equal to x minus 2. Alpha is the root of the equation, that is alpha power 4 minus alpha cube 10 alpha square plus 4 alpha plus 24 equal to 0. After that we are taking instead of alpha is x minus 2. That means if you are taking this one is f of x, then you taking x equal to alpha. After that we are taking x minus 2, that is f of x minus 2 equal to 0. But f of x minus 2 means once x minus 2 whole power 4, x minus 2 whole cube, it is the lengthy method. So x minus 2 whole power 4 means we can expand into using the binomial theorem. 4c0, 4c1, 4c2, 4c3, 4c4. That is the lengthy one. Another one is there, we know that Taylor's theorem, that is f of h plus x by 1 factorial into f dash of h and so on, x power 4 by 4 factorial into f4 of h, f4 of h. That is also difficult. Another one is the very smallest, easiest method is the Harnon's or synthetic division. Therefore, first of all, we are taking the leading coefficients 1, minus 1, 10, x cube, x fourth degree 4, 3, 2, 1. All terms are containing this equation. Suppose we are missing the any term, either x or x square, then must be you take 0 in the Harnon division. Therefore, here 1, minus 1, 10, 4, 24. So 1, minus 1, 10, 4, 24. Now here minus 2. Therefore minus 2 now for 0. Now this is 1. 1 into minus 2 minus 2. This is the minus 3. Now 6. 16 2 jar is the minus 32. Now here the minus 28. Minus 28 into 2. Minus 28 into 2 is the 56. So this is the 56. Now we can adding this 10, therefore 80. Now we can write 0, then it will be 1, 2 into minus 2, this is the minus 5. You can write 10. Now this is the 26. 26 into 2 is the minus 52. Minus 52. Now this is again minus of 80. Minus 80. Then you can take again 0. It will be 1. This is the minus 2. Therefore, this is the minus 7. Now we can write 14. Now this is the total one is the 40. Now we can take 0. Now this is the 1. Now we can write minus 2. This is the minus 9. Therefore, again you take 0. This is the A0. This is A1. This is A2. This is A3. This is A4. Now the required equation f of x minus 2 equal to 0 is x power 4 minus 9x cube and 40x square and minus 80x plus 80 equal to 0. The equation whose roots are translated roots of the by 2. This is the to find the translated by 2. Okay. So now we are going to some different type objective models. So only one concept is there, that is the only reciprocal equations. The reciprocal equations class 1 and class 2, even degree class 1, odd degree class 1, even degree class 2 and odd degree class 2 are the only important only for board point of view, intermediate point of view. But so those sums are tomorrow we will discuss. So now we are find the remainder of this one when it is divided by x square minus x minus 3. So now we are going to some models in objective type. So here this is the degree 5. Now we are divisible by some quadratic expression. Yesterday we are discussing by using the synthetic division. So how to solve this here? First you are taking x power 4, x power 5, x power 4 cube 2 1. Every coefficient is there. Now 2 first write. Next to minus 3. Then it is the 5. Next one minus 3. Next one 7. This is the minus 9. First you are taking the coefficient of opposite sign of the x term and constants, that is 1 and 3. If it is to find the difficult method, then you can take the only actual division. This is the actual division. So first you can write x square minus x minus 3. Then you can write this one. Then you take this division, that is enough. So another method is, so if you are taking the coefficient of x is minus 1, that is the plus 1. Then take the opposite sign of minus 3 plus 3. First we will take 2 zeros at a time. Then it is 2. Now now we can write first you are taking at a time 2 zeros, then it is the 2. Now this is multiple with, so now we can write this one 2. Now this is 1 into 2 is the 2. 1 into 2 is the 2. Therefore again we take 0. First you can take 2 zeros. Now this is 1 into 2 is the 2. Now adding this minus 1. Now this minus 1 is multiple with this one. The before of minus 1 is multiple with 3. Therefore 1 into minus 1 is the minus 1. 3 into 2 is the 6. Now adding this, 6 plus 5 is the 11. 11 minus 1 is the 10. Now this 10 is multiple with 1, but minus 1 is multiple with 3. 10 into 1 is the 10. Before minus 1 into 3 is the 3. Sorry, minus 1 into 3 is the minus 3. Minus 1 into 3 is the minus 3. Therefore, 10 into 1 is the 10. This is the minus 3. Now this is minus 3 minus 3 minus 6. 10 minus 6 is the 4. Now the 1 is multiple with the 4. The before one is the 10 into 3, 30. Now this is, we can write here. So if this is the 7 plus 4 is the 11, 41. 41, sorry. Now we can take 0 here. Definitely we can take, again it is 0. After that, before that one, this one. So you can multiple with 3 into 4. 3 into 4, that is the 12. Now here 12 minus 9 is the 3. Last two are the remainder, constant and 40. Therefore here the x square term is there, then you can write undoubtedly x term is the remainder term. Therefore degree of the remainder is always less than degree of the quotient. Degree of the g of x. Now we can take an f of x by g of x. This is the f of x. This is the g of x. This is the qx, this is the r of x is the remainder. Degree of the r of x is always less than the degree of g of x, degree of the g of x. Therefore this is the quotient. Now here quotient is the, this is the quotient, quotient is this one. Quotient is the constant x, x square and x cube, 2x cube minus x square plus 10x plus 4. But the remainder is, 41x plus 3 is the remainder. 41x plus 3 is the remainder. Now we are going to the another one. This is to find the remainder. Okay, understand? Next one. We are going to the next one. So here the equation of the lowest degree having the roots 1, root 3. Suppose here 1, 2, 3 are the roots. Then you can write here x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 0. Suppose the roots are 1, 2 plus or minus I. First we are taking x minus 1. Here this one of the root alpha, another one beta. That is x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta equal to 0. When the roots are, we observe when the roots are complex numbers, undoubtedly we taking the quadratic equation and one of the root is x minus 1. So here in objective point of view, we can directly suppose the equation x minus 1, find the equation having the roots 1, 2, 3. Then you can write here x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Everyone you know that x cube into sum of all roots. This is the 1 plus 2 plus 3 is the x square. Sum of the product of the roots taken 2 at a time. 1 into 2, 2, 2, 3 is 6 and 3. Now this is the 11x. Product of the roots is the 6. See the x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 0 is the x cube minus 6x square plus 11x minus 3. So in the IP point of view, you can write the cubic equation having the roots 1, 2, 3 is x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 0. In the objective point of view, you can check only the verification, where the verification is sum of the all roots. That is S1 equal to, we know that alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus a1 by a0. Minus a1 by a0 is the 6. Why alpha? Now we can verify that 1 plus 2 plus 3 is the 6. We know that S2 is the a2 by a0. a0, a1, a2. a2 is the 11, a0 is the 1. Therefore S2 means sum of the product of the roots taken 2 at a time. 1 2s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 3 1s are 3. Therefore 11 equal to 11. That is enough. Now another one, S3 equal to minus of A3 by A0. That is S3 means alpha, beta, gamma. Sum of the product of the roots taken 3 at a time, but here 3 roots are there. Minus A3 means A0 is the 1, A1, A2, A3. Minus A3 is the minus of minus plus. Alpha, beta, gamma are the 1 into 2 into 3. That is 6 equal to 6. So we have to find the equation having the roots 1, 2, 3. We know that x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3 equal to 0. This simplification is the lengthiest method. In objective point of view, we can verify the either taking S1 or S2 or S3. If the two more options are correct for the sum of the all roots, then you find S3. Then it is correct, then you can take also S2. Therefore, this is the method to verify the verification method in objective point of view. In IP point of view, you can take directly x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Here also the equation, lowest degree equation having the roots 1 comma root 3 I. That means undoubtedly one root is imaginary root, other root is must be its conjugate. Therefore here the roots are must be lowest degree. That means one of the roots is root 3, either irrational roots or complex imaginary roots. That means two roots must be conjugated to each other. Here alpha equal to 1, beta equal to root 3i, gamma must be minus root 3i. Therefore one of the root is imaginary root, must be other roots is its conjugate. The conjugate of root 3i is the minus root 3i. So therefore we can write the equation is here x minus 1 into here x square minus of beta plus gamma into x plus beta gamma equal to 0. This is our required equation. First x minus 1 into x square minus of gamma plus delta into beta plus gamma into x beta gamma. Then it will be x minus 1. Then it will be x minus 1 into x square. Beta plus gamma is, these two are cancelled. Now beta gamma is I into I is the I square. Therefore root 3 into root 3 is the minus 3 I square. I square is the value minus 1. Minus of minus plus 3. Now this is can be written as x cube plus 3x minus x square minus 3 equal to 0. Therefore x cube minus x square plus 3x minus 3 equal to 0 is the our required answer. Therefore now we are going to the next one. So now we are going to discuss the next question. If the sum of the two roots of x cube plus ax plus b equal to 0 is 0, then the value of b. Sum of the two roots. Let the roots of the equation alpha comma beta comma gamma. Let the roots of the equation are alpha comma beta comma gamma. Any two roots, sum of the any two roots is 0. That means we are taking some beta plus gamma is 0. Given that either alpha plus beta or beta plus gamma, any sum of the two roots is 0. Now we know that S1 is the form minus of A1 by A0. Yesterday we discussed the relation between the roots and the coefficient. S1 is the minus A1 by A0. In this case, A0 is the 1, A2 is the 0, A3 is the A. A0, A1 is the 0, A2 is the A. Therefore, A3 is the B. Here x square term is does not containing in this equation. A0, 1, A1 is the 0, A2 is the A, A3 is the B. S1 means sum of all roots, alpha plus beta plus gamma. S1 means sum of the all roots taken all at a time. Alpha plus beta plus gamma. Minus A1 by A0, that means 0 by 1. Therefore, beta plus gamma. Therefore, beta plus gamma, all of you listen here, sum of the two roots is given that 0. Therefore, beta plus gamma is the 0. Therefore, alpha is the 0. Therefore, we can write there alpha, we can first beta plus gamma is the 0, then alpha equal to 0. Therefore, you can substitute here alpha cube plus a into alpha plus b equal to 0. Therefore, alpha is the root of the equation. That means we can take x equal to alpha in the given equation. Alpha cube a into alpha plus b. But alpha value we got 0. That is 0 cube 0 plus b equal to 0. Therefore, the value of b is the 0. Now we are going to the next one. The value of b is the 0. So now we are going to this one. Question number 4. The condition that one root is the sum of the other root. Now we are find the condition. One of the root of the given equation is equal to the sum of the other two roots. Here the given equation is the degree 3. It has the 3 roots. Those are alpha, beta, gamma. Therefore, here given that sum of the two roots is given to the one of the root. Therefore, one of the root alpha is the sum of the other two roots. First we find the S1. S1 we know that S1 is the minus of A1 by A0. S1 means sum of the all roots taken all at a time. That is alpha plus beta plus gamma. Minus A1 by A0. This is the A0 1. This is a0, a1, a2, a3. Minus a1 by a0 is the minus of p. Therefore, now this is beta plus gamma is the alpha is given that. Therefore, alpha plus alpha 2 alpha equal to minus p. That implies alpha equal to minus of p by 2. Therefore, given that alpha is the root of the equation, that means we taking x equal to alpha, that is alpha cube plus p into alpha square plus u into alpha plus r equal to 0. Now we are substituting alpha equal to minus p by 2, that is minus cube is the minus, p cube by 2 cube is the 8, p cube by 2 cube is the 8. Next one, plus p into minus of p by 2 whole square is the p square by 4. Next one is minus of p cube by 2. Finally that one r equal to 0. Now we are taking the LCM is the 4 here. Now this is minus p cube. Now this is 4 2 times 2 p cube. Now this is 2 4s are. Now this is the minus 4 p cube. Finally 8 r equal to 0. Now this is the 4 2 p cube minus p cube is the p cube equals to 4 is the common factor, 4 into p cube minus 2r. This is the condition. One root of the given equation is the sum of the other two roots. Therefore p cube equals to, p cube equal to 4 into p cube minus 2r. Okay. Now here alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of x cube minus x square plus 8x minus 6. Then the value of 1 plus alpha, 1 plus beta, 1 plus gamma. That is, we have to find the product of 1 plus alpha into 1 plus beta into 1 plus gamma. Now here our observation is, suppose if you are taking 1 plus alpha is the one root, another root is the 1 plus beta, and third root is the 1 plus gamma. Now we are find the transformed equation having the roots 1 plus alpha, comma 1 plus beta and 1 plus gamma. Then product of those, that is our required value. Therefore now we are taking 1 plus alpha. 1 plus alpha is the x. Therefore alpha equals to x minus 1. Therefore, given that alpha is our required root, alpha is the root of the equation. That means alpha cube minus alpha square plus 8 alpha minus 6 equal to 0. Alpha cube minus 8 alpha cube minus alpha square 8 alpha minus 6 equal to 0. Now it is a substitute in this. This is x minus 1 whole cube minus x minus 1 whole square plus 8 into x minus 1 minus 6. So here a minus b whole cube, this is a minus b whole square, this is the one of the method. Suppose if you taken this is f of x, this is f of x minus 1. If you taken this is f of x, it is f of x minus 1. We know that there is a substitution or Taylor's or Harnar's rule. That is the, we are taking the coefficient 1 minus 1 8 minus 6. 1 minus 1 8 minus 6. Each term is containing. Therefore here minus 1 is the h value. Minus 1 is the h value. Therefore minus 1. 0 first you taking 1. 1 into minus 1 minus 1. This is the minus 2. This is the 2. This is the 10. Therefore minus 10. Now this is the minus of 16. Now again take 0. Now this is therefore 1. Here 1 into minus 1 minus 1 minus 3. This is the 1 3. This is the 13. Now again take 0. Now this is 1. 1 into minus 1 minus 1. This is the minus 4. Now you are taking 0. This is the 1. A0, A1, A2, A3. Now the equation is here. We can write x cube minus 4x square plus 13x minus 16 equal to 0. This is the equation. This is the transformed equation having the roots 1 plus alpha, 1 plus beta, comma 1 plus gamma. This is the equation having the roots 1 plus alpha, comma 1 plus beta, comma 1 plus gamma. Now the product of the roots. Now the product of the roots is the here. Here this is a0, a1, a2, a3. Now we can write here a3 can be written as s3 equals to minus a3 by a0, minus a3 by a0. Therefore s3 is the 1 plus alpha into 1 plus beta into 1 plus gamma. S3 means product of the all roots, 1 plus alpha into 1 plus beta into 1 plus gamma. That is minus a3 by a0 is the a0, a0 is 1, a2 minus 4, this is the a2, this is the a3. Now therefore minus of minus is the 16 by 1. This is the value of 1 plus alpha into 1 plus beta into 1 plus gamma is the 16. Minus of a3 by a0. Okay. Now we are going to another one. Alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of the equation x cube minus px square plus qx plus r. Then the value of alpha plus beta, beta plus gamma, gamma plus alpha. So now here alpha plus beta, beta plus gamma into gamma plus alpha. Suppose we find the equation having the roots alpha plus beta, comma beta plus gamma plus alpha. We are find the equation having the roots alpha plus beta, comma beta plus gamma and gamma plus alpha. In that equation we have to find the product of the roots. Therefore how to find this one? Alpha plus beta equal to sum x. Alpha plus beta is the sum x. Now we can adding on both sides gamma. Alpha plus beta plus gamma x plus gamma. Therefore we know that S1 is the form minus A1 by A0. S1 means alpha plus beta plus gamma. This is the A0, A1, A2, A3. Minus A1 by A0 is the P. Therefore alpha plus beta plus gamma value is the P. Therefore this is the P. This is the P. Therefore this is the x plus gamma. X plus gamma. Therefore now we can write here alpha plus beta plus gamma is the P. Therefore now we can write here minus gamma equals to x minus P. Minus gamma equal to plus gamma sending other side minus gamma. Therefore gamma is the minus of x minus P. First we can alpha plus beta. Here alpha plus beta into beta plus gamma into gamma plus alpha. First we are taking alpha plus beta x, adding on both sides gamma. That is alpha plus beta plus gamma is the minus of a1 by a0 is the P. Therefore here alpha plus beta plus gamma is P. Therefore undoubtedly gamma is the plus gamma is the minus gamma. Therefore plus P is the minus P. Now gamma is the minus of x plus P. Now we can write here gamma cube, substitute in this gamma cube minus P into gamma square plus Q into gamma plus R equal to 0. Here gamma is the one of the root here. Therefore gamma is substitute in this gamma cube minus P into gamma square plus Q into gamma plus R equal to 0. Now put gamma equal to minus of x plus P. Minus of means minus cube minus x minus P whole cube. Minus P gamma square is the plus, that is x minus P whole square minus here Q into x minus P plus R equal to 0. Now multiple with minus. x minus p whole cube. Now this is minus p into x minus into minus plus p into x minus p whole square minus plus q into x minus p plus r equal to 0. Therefore, now we find here we have to find the equation. This is the x minus p. Therefore, you can write 1. This is the p. This is the q. This is the r. X cube, x square, xn. Therefore, then you can write it is multiple with minus. Undoubtedly, this is the minus r. This is the minus r. Therefore, now we can write here minus p. First take 0. That is 1. Therefore, now this is the minus p. 0. 0 into this one 0. This is the q. Therefore, minus of pq. Therefore, undoubtedly this is minus pq minus r. Therefore, this will be written as minus of pq plus r. This is the undoubtedly you can write here a0, a1, a2, a3. This one. Undoubtedly the first coefficient is the leading coefficient is the 1. Therefore, this is the a3. Therefore, alpha plus beta, beta plus gamma, gamma plus alpha. Product of the roots. S3 is the minus a3 by a0. The leading coefficient must be 1. The last term is the constant. Therefore, S3 is the alpha plus beta into beta plus gamma, gamma plus alpha. This is the taking the roots, product of the roots. So here you can get the transformed after simplification. After the simplification of this, we got the transformed equation. That equation having the roots alpha plus beta, beta plus gamma, gamma plus alpha, whose product is S3, that is minus A3 by A0. Minus A3 by A0 is the minus of minus plus. This is the value of PQ plus R by 1. This is the one method. Another method is directly multiplication. After that, we are taking alpha plus beta plus gamma is the P. Alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha is the Q. And alpha beta gamma is the minus R. That is the one of the method. It is one method. Okay? Understand? Now another one.